stopping, homie, regardless. And I ain't stopping, no, I ain't stopping. I'm just getting started. Let's go. My skin is pale, but I'm a black sheep. Riding through the city, Satan in the backseat. Hey yo, that's me, I run it like a track meet. A rap fiend, I set the bar high like an athlete. Step in the booth and Zach gon' drop that 808. Cause the vibe is dope and the beat is cracking, now it's getting laced. I'm sharp as a razor blade, I can blow your mind like JFK. I do what I want, you ain't gonna box me.
What's good, everybody? I'm Danny D-Lo, and this is Danny D-Lo Biker TV. And this episode, man, we're gonna get real, we're gonna get raw, and we're gonna get 100. Because I think it's high time that somebody stands up and keeps it real and raw out here. We've all been seeing this drama going on back and forth between other creators, yes, including myself. People talking about people believing cops, people actually believing all this BS going on just because of hatred, just because of pure haterism. And I'm tired of it. It's time for D-Lo to step up, keep it real with y'all, keep it 100, and quit bullshitting. Yeah, I got sucked in by it, I'll admit it, but it's time to man up, keep it real, and stop all this mess. It's time to be men here, y'all. Some feelings are gonna get hurt in this episode. Some people are gonna praise me. Some people are probably gonna make some I Hate Danny D-Lo videos. And you know what? Go right ahead, I'll welcome you. It's just time to get back to what we came on here to do. At least what I came on here to do. To keep it real with y'all, talk about this biker lifestyle, this culture that we all love so much, whether it be club or independent, and just keep it real. Quit the childish back and forth high school bullshit. And yes, I include myself in this message because I fell for the hype just like everybody else. So let's get real and let's get 100. As always, right after this. What's good, everybody? Once again, I'm Danny D-Lo, and this is Danny D-Lo Biker TV. To all my new subscribers out here, much love and respect. Thank you all very much for the kind words, for dropping comments below, letting me know where y'all from, what you about, what you're doing. And I appreciate all the love and respect that all of my supporters and fans have been giving me, commenting, telling me your opinions, and all that stuff. I respect you guys so much, man. And without you guys, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing. You know, I'm living my dream, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And that's why I'm doing this video. And yes, this is gonna be a lengthy video because I feel like my fans, all of our fans, all of you viewers, you need to hear this. You need to see real content out here. Not grown men bickering, going back and forth, talking a bunch of BS. It's time to stop all that, stop all of it, and move on with ourselves, man. So, we've all seen, I'm gonna start off with myself. We've all seen me talk bad, give my opinions, and diss the hell out of Sose the Ghost. And you know what? I had a conversation with Sose for damn near 2 hours the other night. We actually sat on the phone, kicked the bobo, and really actually sat down and got to know each other, just talking about our lives and everything. And what we both figured out was, why would we be beefing when we're so much alike? The vibes between me and dude are righteous. Now, don't get it twisted. Of course, there's some things that I don't agree with that he talks about. And there's some things he's done that I didn't care for. And you know what? There ain't nothing wrong with that. There's things he didn't like about me too, I'm sure. There's nothing wrong with being grown-ass men not agreeing with every damn thing we talk about. But there's absolutely no reason to be disrespectful. Being disrespectful to somebody's old lady, to their family members, all that stuff, and being disrespectful to them, period, in person, bro, that's not a good look, man. That's not cool. Because some of the things that have been said lately are things that can hit the streets and cause a real, actual beef between clubs, between individuals. Bro, for what? For YouTube? It's stupid, man. People have talked about Sose being some type of guy because he did a copyright on Black Dragon and that other guy. No, yeah, me personally, of course, I'm not a big fan of that, right? I'm like, man, dog, you know, I mean, you didn't have to do that, man. That's kind of, you know, that's some borderline shit. But you know what? What people fail to realize is Demon's Row is his business. It's a real business. This is what he does. See, if you attack somebody's credibility and you talk shit about them personally, then okay, that's fine. But when you bring their business into something and you're dissing that business, what do you expect to be done? He's gonna have to handle business accordingly. So he did what he had to do. Now, I may not care for it much, you know, and I'll admit that. But he did what he had to do, so I gotta respect that. So as I promised you, Sose, when we was on the phone, homie. By the way, it was awesome talking with you. It's been awesome texting with you and shit. Like, man, me and dude just get along too damn good, man. There ain't no sense in us having no beef. He was absolutely 110% right about it. I'm sorry, sir. I want to make a public apology to Sose the Ghost and Demon's Row and Mike Ball, his partner, for dissing and constantly going after y'all guys for really absolutely no reason. That brings me into my next phase of this video. You know, when I first came on this platform and I first started doing videos, of course I had the big dream of I'm gonna do a video, and I thought it was the best video in the world. It's gonna go viral. I'm gonna be a millionaire. I'm gonna be a movie star. My whole life's gonna change. So then I did one video. Then I did 2 videos. Then I did 3. Then I did 4. Then I did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm like, damn, bro, I ain't making no money. What's going on? How come people don't like me? I thought I was great. So then a little while later, I created my TikTok and I went off on TikTok. I blew up on TikTok. I became a TikTok sensation overnight real quick, right? And believe me, there's way bigger creators out there than me, so I'm not trying to hype myself up like I'm a man or nothing. But, you know, let's be honest, not everybody got like 20K, you know what I mean? So I did TikTok, and I built my TikTok platform to get me an opportunity on YouTube, to get recognized on YouTube. Because I've always wanted to be on YouTube. I love this platform. I've always wanted to be on it. And this was my dream, to be a YouTube partner, to be a creator. So I did TikTok, I blew up, I got huge, and then boom, I transferred over to here, started bringing people over this way, and then I get sort of recognized by my boy, my crime partner, my brother, Hollywood from Insane Throttle Biker News. So he started talking to me, hey, let's get you on this show, let's get you on that show. So I started coming on these shows. Then I get introduced to Black Dragon. And Hollywood is my mentor, that's my boy. And then Black Dragon started mentoring me too. Started teaching me this business a little bit. So naturally, because I'm a very loyal person, I let myself get caught up in Black Dragon's drama. Black Dragon, for whatever reasons, completely hates Sose and everything he does. And I don't know if it's an ego thing. I don't know if it's just being a hater, or he really feels that he's been attacked, or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter to me. But I got caught up in it. I started being a send-off man, bro. And that's something I've never been in my life. You know, on the block in the hood, there were three types of people to me. There were soldiers that took care of business no matter what, did what they had to do for the nation. Then you had your big money move people, dudes that are moving big money, making big money moves, you know, doing their thing, slanging, hustling, whatever it may be. And those were usually the guys that ran the hood. They were the shot callers. They were the heifers. And then you had your send-offs. Hey, shorty, come here, man. Hey, dog, do me a favor, bro. Go over to the other hood over there and blast them fools. And then come back and let me know it's done, all right? Cool, thanks, bro. Shorty goes over there, rat-a-tat-tat, comes back. Yeah, bro, I got it. Good boy. Then he get locked up, he go to prison, and we don't give a damn about him no more. That's a send-off. So I found myself in this unique position where I started feeling like, hold up, man. Damn, I'm a send-off. Dragon got this beef, and I kind of got put into it because naturally I'm a small creator and I'm messing with the big boys and I'm trying to become one of the big boys, right? So I kind of got sucked into it. And it sucks to have to humble myself in this video and sit down and realize and be honest with you guys and say, I haven't put a video out for a whole week because I was sitting down thinking and I was trying to figure out, I'm like, man, how did I get to this point? Why am I hating on this dude Sose when he ain't never done nothing wrong to me? And yeah, we've seen the video where I said I felt like he stole some of my shit, right? Well, here's the fact of the matter. And he said he didn't, and you know what? I completely believe him. I believe he's got better stuff to do than to watch my videos, or any of our videos, really. But at the end of the day, we all kind of pay attention, right? And you know what? First of all, we're all doing the same content, just in different fashions and different flavor, right? You know, you got Sose, whose production is just outstanding. It's amazing. It's so amazing. His production is so good that even in my hater videos, I still gave him props for his production because it's that off the chart, right? And we all see some of my production gravitates towards his. So he's brought a lot to that game, right? And we all doing the same thing. We're all talking about the culture that we all love dearly. The MC world, the biker culture, all of it combined. So there is absolutely no way that any of us are ever gonna have quote unquote original material. We're all doing the same thing that everybody else has done. Excuse me, my mustache itch. But we just do it in our own creativity, our own flavor, our own ways. But we're all doing the same thing. So there's gonna be times where I put out a video that might be a video that Sose already did. Hollywood might put out a video that Black Dragon already did. Black Dragon may put out a video that I already did. I may do a video that Black Dragon did. You know, it's gonna bounce back and forth. We don't plan it that way. But that's just how it goes because of the platform that we're on and what we're talking about. So at the end of the day, so what? Who cares? I just got caught up in this bullshit, this childish bullshit. And I was hating a man that I've got everything in common with. We both come from the street. We both come from the 1% world. We both got the same kind of flavor, the same kind of attitude, the same everything. We're both freaking 42 years old, man. Like, we're both the same dudes almost. So we got way too much in common to sit here and be beefing. Especially two G's like me and him, because we the type of people, we see each other on the street and we beefing. Well, now we beefing for real, for real. And for what? Over some YouTube stuff? Over somebody chasing clout or just trying to get their rep up or whatever? It's stupid. So yes, again, I apologize to Sosa Ghost and Demon's Row and his business partners. And that ain't over no lawsuit stuff. That's just keeping it real and being a man. This is G shit right here. Keeping it real and keeping it 100. So that brings me into the next episode of this video. I got fooled just like everybody else. You know, this dude, Tacoma Twitch, he does this video and he pops up out of nowhere. Never heard of this guy ever in my life. And he pops up and he does a video dissing my homie Sose over there. And a lot of the stuff that was said in his video, besides the dissing part, was some real shit. It was very informative. And I watched that video and I was completely taken back that I was even mentioned by this man in this video, because I thought this dude was like, you know, he was like, no disrespect, but he was like the Holy Grail, right? He was the man. He knows everything. He the man with the master plan. So I got taken back by that. And I was like a little fanboy for a minute, like, oh my God, he mentioned me. Dude, I'm so cool. You mentioned the real one. You know, so I was like, man, that's kind of cool, man. You know, I don't know this dude, but let me check him out, you know. So I start checking him out. And then, I'll just say a quote-unquote anonymous tip sent me some emails. And I started learning about this guy. I started learning he was a cop, he was this, he was that, you know, and I'm like, wow, bro. I'm over here praising the dude that is just out there on some shit. So there's a lot of things I knew prior to that interview. I already knew about it. And I didn't say nothing, I kept it to myself because I wanted to see how everything was going to play out. So now we come to my crime partner, my homie, my dude, Hollywood, from Insane Throttle Biker News. A lot of people may feel some type of way about him, but that's my boy right there. That's my dude. And he did this interview with Tacoma Twitch, who, by the way, I am literally going to take a quote from Sose and say, I would never call that man a 1%er either. So he is just Tacoma Twitch in my book. So this interview happens. And now I'm going to play you this interview right here.
Let me stop you there. We've been getting hit all week, and I'd like to hear it from you about this law enforcement. Were you a part of a police department?
Yeah, for almost 10 years. I worked undercover and conducted surveillance, instigated a motorcycle club. So the way that came about was after I started hanging around and became part of the club world. I had over a decade in the club world, where I was working as a PI and a private military contractor and a bodyguard, and I had established my reputation. And I'd done criminal defense investigations for every major 1% motorcycle club, where I'd gotten guys off of, murder charges. And so I was, I had established my reputation. Everybody knew who I was. I was a 1%er, even though I wasn't wearing a 1% diamond. I was Twitch. I was loyal to the culture. And I deliberately retarded my career opportunities up to that point, so that I could be around the 1% motorcycle club culture, because that's the only skill set I had. I'm trained to hunt and kill people, right, and protect people. And there's no jobs in the civilian world that other than law enforcement, where that kind of skill set fits in. And so it was like 2005, 2006, somewhere right in there. I was doing a lot of criminal defense investigations, and I handled a major homicide case, where during my defense investigation, I was able to prove that the state's primary witness, the prosecution's primary witness, was not only lying about everything, but while our defendant was sitting in jail, she had forged and his Social Security and was stealing his money. And so we had to turn that information over to the Attorney General's office, and they sent a guy to my office, an investigator, to take all that evidence and take a statement from me and whatnot.
Let me just step in for a minute. Just for a minute. Are you telling me you were a cop and a 1%er at the same time?
Yeah, I carried a badge, gold badge.
Did your club brothers know this? It's not possible.
Absolutely. In the COC and the NCOM, because later on in like 2000 and I don't know, 13 or 14, the cops,
Twitch,
when they figured out.
Twitch, you're telling me, this is taking a whole new turn for me. You're telling me that NCOM.
This is all public record. You can go. Yeah.
Knew and this 1% motorcycle club that is infamous and well known knew you were a cop.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I love you, Hollywood. You straight Will Smith the shit out of that dude. That's enough out of you. Goodbye. We voted. You're off the island. Goodbye. You're fired. I love that about him. I really do, man. That's as real and 100 as you're gonna get right there. So here we got this guy at Twitch who he was a cop. He was in a man. He was in a motorcycle club, and you know, he's talking all this stuff, you know, and talking about sose, you know, that he came from. I ain't even gonna say it, man, but he came from some things, and talking about him, you know, him being around cops too, and it's like, bro, you a cop. So everything you got to say about being a 1%er and all that, it's irrelevant now, bro. It's irrelevant. Then you out bad. So guys like me and Sose, we ain't even gonna mess with you because you're out bad. You know, I originally was gonna do, and it was gonna be a diss video. And in that video, I was gonna have Tacoma Twitch's video clip in it. And I'm like, I find out that he's out on bad. I'm like, bro, I can't. No, man, sorry. You know, I got too much respect for this culture still, and always will. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm not even gonna give you no play. So Twitch, I appreciate that you mentioned my name, and that was cool. But everything else, bro, you wrong as hell, and you know it. And you got your 15 minutes of fame. So now it's time to crawl back in that hole. Maybe write another book. And go back to doing whatever you were doing, bro. That's all I can say to that. So I'm not going to talk about that any longer. So now we get into the Black Dragon episode of the show. Now we all know that's my boy. All right, that's my brother. I love him to death. I really do. He's a good man at heart. But when it comes to this YouTube stuff, I've noticed there's some stuff, right? So I watched his show earlier this morning where he apologizes to this cop Twitch.
I owe that man an apology. It wasn't my show. I didn't have the mic, but I don't think I've ever kicked somebody off my show, hung up the microphone on them, or threatened their life. I don't get down like that. I don't believe in that. That's not me. I don't. Now, I don't have to agree with you. And I can believe that you're not telling me the truth. But nobody should come on the show and be mistreated. We can say the show is over now. We're done with our interview. We don't want to interview you any further. We don't agree with that. But I don't do the jumping down people's throats. And I hope that I haven't seen the show. I hope that I did not personally call the man a liar. I know that I said I don't believe you. Is that the same thing? So I'm disappointed in that part of the show. I'm disappointed in the part of the show where he didn't get a chance to get his story out. Now, here was my issue. My issue was, I believe it's important, if you are going to go through great lengths to qualify yourself, that you go through the same great lengths to talk about the negativity of yourself. I'm a cop, blah, 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 blah. In his initial video, then we get a chance to determine, okay, that's some of the things he did.
Like, why are you saying sorry to a cop, bro? For real. And that was a straight sneak diss to Hollywood. You can sell it whichever way you want, but you kind of sneak this on Hollywood, bro. Straight up. And that's messed up. That's bullshit. And it brings some other things to light to me where I'm like, you got this guy, Black Dragon, who completely hates Sose Ghost and spends a lot of time hating on him. For whatever the reasons may be, it is what it is. I don't care. But you do some of the same stuff, dog. Keeping it real, man. You talk about dude pimping his patch and all that stuff, right? Dog, that's what you've been doing for how many years on YouTube? You've been selling this, I'm the national president of my motorcycle club, for years, bro. For years. Selling books and all that. I mean, that's culture vulture shit. Straight up, man. So you're doing the same thing, just in another way. So you really don't have a leg to stand on or anything to say about any other man doing it, because you're doing the same thing, dog. And yeah, that's gonna hurt your feelings, it's gonna make you mad, but you know what? Like I said, I'm keeping it real now. I ain't bullshitting no more. See, it doesn't matter to me if you're my colleague, my friend, my mentor. All of that stuff don't matter to me. What matters to me is me. And I've seen that a lot out of Black Dragon and others that are creators on this platform. They're for themselves. You'll sit there and tell me and my other guy, blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, blah that. And then you do a video and it's completely different. You throwing some sneak jabs in there, some sneak disses, apologizing to a cop. You still calling dude a 1%er? Like, come on, man. Come on, man. That's not even cool. I mean, come on, man. Let's keep it real if we're going to keep it 100, you know what I'm saying? I'm tired of all the bullshit, guys. Tired of it. Which is why I named this video Shots Fired. Because everybody been shooting shots, man. But ain't nobody really been keeping it real. So somebody had to jump on here and keep it real. For real, for real. And don't even get it twisted. I do feel some type of way about anybody using their colors to get clout on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I don't like it. That is the old school in me. For me, nobody should know nothing about you unless you want them to know. It ain't for the whole world to know. But again, that's just my opinion. Some of these guys may belong to a new school club that they're okay with it, or their club okayed it and they're okay with it. And you know what? That's none of my business. I don't care. But I know my opinion. I don't like it. Y'all have been watching me for long enough on TikTok and here on YouTube, and y'all already know. Yes, I was a member of one of the big 4 national 1% motorcycle clubs. Yes, I am out on good. But one thing I don't do is I don't exploit what club I was in, and I don't exploit this culture like that. I will never do that. I have too much respect for my old brothers, for my culture, for our culture. I have too much respect for that. I keep that old school. I talk about certain things, but I don't cross that line. I still leave many things unanswered because they don't need to be answered. you know, me and others have joked about this ain't no secret society, and it's not. But there are some things that involve this world that are. And they need to remain that way for certain reasons. And I fully respect that and agree with it. One thing nobody will ever be able to say about me is that I used my former club to get to where I'm at today. I never used anything or anybody to get to where I'm at today. I did it all by being me. Because that's all I know how to do, y'all. The only thing I know how to really do in life is be myself. Keeping it real and keeping it 100. That's who I am and that's what I do. So I'm sure there'll be some I hate D-Lo videos going on. I'm sure some people are going to have something to say and feel some type of way. I'm sure I shocked a lot of y'all watching right now. But it was time for somebody to step up and keep it real. Enough drama, enough childish high school bullshit, enough clout chasing, enough. It's just enough. Time to stop it and do our own content and do what we do. If somebody gets bigger, well then they got bigger because they were better at it. Simple as that, man. Who cares? We're all doing our thing. Why do we gotta fight? Go back and forth and create this drama. Because the only people that truly lose at the end of the day is you, the viewers. You guys lose interest in everybody. Real always recognizes real, guys. Always. And you guys see it. I know I've said a lot of things here tonight that you guys are like, it's about time he said it. We knew sooner or later D-Lo's gonna wake up and say, boom. Well, I'm here now. And yes, I woke up. I guess you call me woke. So from here on out, man, I gotta just stay being me. You know, I got sucked into the drama. I got sucked into the money aspect of YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, man, if I diss this dude because he's bigger than me, then I'll get his views and I'll get his people and they'll see me. And you know what? Yeah, it does work a little bit. No doubt about it. It does. But it's not the right way to do it, man. It really isn't. And I know some of y'all that don't like Sose the Ghost are going to be like, damn, man, D-Lo sold out, bro. He over here kissing his booty and, you know, talking about I'm sorry. Like, man, how could you? Man, let me tell you something, man. Sometimes you got to be a man in your life. And you got to admit when you're wrong. And just because I'm willing to humble myself and admit that I was wrong and dissing him and going at him, doesn't mean that I agree with everything he does. Because I truly don't. I've told him that, and I'll tell y'all that. And there's nothing wrong with doing a video and saying, hey man, so-and-so did this, and I don't really care for it. This is what I think, and blah, 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 blah. There's nothing wrong with having a difference in opinion, especially in this game. But keep it real and keep it respectful. You know, you had that dude Twitch over there, you know, straight talking about my man's girl, man. Like, bro, if somebody ever if any of you ever in your damn life ever say something about my old lady or somebody in my family, bro, I'm willing to say this publicly. I will be at your doorstep tomorrow. And we finna see who's who real quick. Call that tough guy bullshit. Call it whatever you want. But that's reality. You should never do that, man. It's not cool. It's not cool at all. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm sorry to a fucking cop. Not happening. I'm not gonna sit here and say that dude was a 1%er or he wasn't, because that really isn't for me to say. I'm not here to disrespect the man's former club. I'm not here to disrespect Incom, NCOC, none of them, okay? This is nothing but love and respect to you guys, because you guys do a tremendous job for the MC culture. I ain't never here to disrespect you guys. But there's certain people that plays a part in all this stuff that I've just talked about, that it just had to be said. So y'all can take it with the way you want. It is what it is. I appreciate y'all time. I told y'all this can be a little lengthy. I told y'all this is gonna be a real one. I told y'all some feelings are gonna get hurt. It is what it is, but no matter what, right here on this channel, and me myself, we always right here gonna keep it real and keep it 100. Thanks for watching, everybody. Much love and respect to each and every single one of y'all. Much love and respect for all the support and the amazing comments and emails and everything you guys have hit me up with. I told y'all this was gonna be a real one. I told y'all look forward to it, because I'm gonna be getting in that ass. And as y'all can see, I did. So much love and respect to everybody. Until the next episode, let's keep it real and let's keep it 100. Peace.